Hi guys. So I'm receiving a lot of questions about how to use the table of the chi-square, and I understand we have not done so much practice in class, so I wanted to do a video for you guys. You should be able to test hypothesis on the variance before the test tomorrow. So make sure you practice. And the table of the chi-square is just any other table that you have seen. They all are the same. The graph here tells you what the table represents. So in this case, you have, this is the number here, is going to be the one here, is going to be the number in the middle, and here is the probability to the right of that number. Now the only difference compared to the normal is that now the critical, the degrees of freedom of the chi-square are going to matter. So you're going to have two tables for the test. One is the right side of the chi-square, and one is the left side of the chi-square. But again, it's the same thing. The total area under the curve of the chi-square, because it's a random variable, is still going to be equal to 1. So let's do a practice problem. Let's say that we want to test the hypothesis that the variance is less than 100. What test I'm going to use? Every time we have to do with the variance, the test that we're going to use is the formula n by 1 times s squared divided by the variance. Okay, so in this case, let's do A. So I have a n is 25, so I'm going to have 24 times 165 divided by, the variance is the one we are testing, so is 100. Okay, make sure that this is the variance, not standard deviations. So the value of this test is equal to 39.6. This is my test statistic. Okay, this is your hypothesis. Now, when do we reject? I reject if your test statistic is bigger than a critical value. How do I know what the critical value is? Well, I need to know the distribution of the test under the null hypothesis. I know that n minus 1 s squared divided by sigma squared is distributed as a chi-square with n minus 1 degrees of freedom. Okay? So if this is my chi-square, I need the critical value here. Okay? Now let's do a 5% test. Then I want a critical value such that the area to the right is 5%. Okay? So now I'm going to have to go look on my table. So n minus 1 is 24. So I have 24 degrees of freedom. So I go to the table, okay, here. And now I'm going to have to look on the row of 24. This is the only row that I want to look at. Now, we have that our test was 39.6. We don't have the exact number, but the closest one is this. So what does it mean is that for a chi-square with the 24 degrees of freedom, the area to the right of 39.36 is 0.025. Okay? So here I have that 39 I have that 39 point, what was it? 364. Leaves this area to the right that is about 0.025 or 2.5%. So where is my test? My test is 39.6. 39.6 is here. So what can I say about my test? I reject at 2.5%. So I also reject at 5%. Okay. Why? Because at 5% it would be 36.415. So I have 36.415. Ooh, sorry. The test is still here. I reject at 5%. I reject at 2%. Would I reject at 1%? At 42. So I do not reject at 1%.